Okay, so I'm not exactly happy with these images over here. So I'm going to go to my assets folder. And in the meantime, I created yet another bubble. Let's call it bubble 3. And I think it'll look a little bit better. So let's test that out. So I'm going to go back to the bubble view. And we had this preview. So let's take the first bubble view. And I'm going to duplicate it. And now instead of bubble 2, let's try bubble 3. And let's do the same thing over again, but using text color white. Okay, anyways, I just wanted to experiment with that. So we have another image that we can work with that I think looks a little nicer. So let's go back to the addition game view. And let's see what we have here. So far we have our scores in the VStack, followed by a spacer. And now let's do the following. So I want us to have a math problem within a bubble. And I'm going to put it between two spacers. So I'm going to call this bubble view. And let's try, so text color will be the foreground color. Now I haven't defined any constant foreground color, so actually let's just do dot white actually. So that will be the foreground color. And for the background color, I'm going to take color dot purple dot opacity 0.7. And for the name, I want to use our view model to display a math problem. So let's do that. So I'm going to do the following. So game view model dot number 1 plus game view model dot number 2. That actually shouldn't be the name, that should be the text we want to display. And the name, so let's try bubble 3. Oh, finally we have something that looks decent. Okay, that actually looks quite nice. So we have a math problem. So that's already a great improvement. Now the next thing I want is the possible solutions that we can click on. Now, so let's see that. So I'm going to create a new view. SwiftUI view. So possible solutions view. Or maybe it'll be better to give a nicer name like options view. Okay, it'll be our options, right? Our choices. So options view. Great. Now, for the options view, I'm going to let game view model. I just want access to the game view model equal to addition game view model. Be of type addition game view model. So let's press Control Option Command F to fix that, and I'm just going to enter addition game view model. And next, I want us to have this displayed in 2 columns. So let columns be equal to the following. So I'm going to have a grid item, which will be flexible. That's the first grid item, and that's also the second grid item. So we'll have 2 columns. Now I'm going to embed this in lazy vgrid, where our columns will just be the columns, and the content will be text 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have the general format. Of course, we want something that looks a little bit nicer. So what I'm going to do now is use a for each, and I want to run over the game model, and I want to look at the possible solutions. Now this really won't work properly, so we'll have options, so option in, and then say text. Right, text, for now let's just leave like 3 question marks. Okay, and I'll remove text 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this won't work because we need to uniquely identify each of the solutions. So I'll add id \self. And we have now question marks. Okay, but we want something better than question marks. So I'm going to use a bubble view. So let's replace this with bubble view. And we have text color, background color, name, and string. So for the text color, I'm going to use .black, but that will change. And then for the background, I want to use purple, .opacity 0.7. For the name, I'm going to use bubble 2. And for the text, well, I want to use the option. So let's just use option. That should give us something. Now the option is an integer, so we can use string interpolation to get the numbers. Okay, now in general we're going to have a math problem, right? So while we debug, I want to have a cheat color just to know where the answer is, and we definitely want to remove this at some point. So cheat color will be the following. So let's close this real quick. So the cheat code will be the following. So if the option is equal to the view model, game view model answer, then use red. Otherwise use black. So I'm going to use the cheat color. So if we look at the preview, one of the options should be red, and that should be the solution. So we see the 4 over here is the solution to some problem. Okay? Now, I want to also add a tap gesture to our code. So let's do that. So let's do the following on tap gesture. And I want to animate the change, so with animation. Now if the view model, game VM answer is equal to the option, then increase the score. So game view model increase score. Else game view model lose life, So let's, I'm gonna clap. Okay, we're not gonna see really much going on at the moment. We'll only see it during the game. And the next thing I want to do is after we tap, we want a new game. So I'm going to do I'm going to do game view model dot generate numbers. And now let's see this in action in our actual view. So I'm going to grab options view and I'm going to put it in addition game view. So let's go to addition game view. We have way too many windows open. Here, addition game view. Okay, great. So let's add option view, and I'm going to enter the game view model. That's already starting to look halfway decent. Let's click on 3, which is the correct answer. 7. And my score is increasing. Notice the scores, right? I get it right every time. I'm amazing. No, I'm actually cheating. I'm just looking for the red number. So I'm just testing this. So I see the score is increasing nicely. And also the levels going up. Oh, I just made a mistake and I lost the creature. Right, let's do that a little bit slower. So 37, say 17 plus 19, it's 36. Right? I know that because I'm a genius or because I'm cheating, right? I'm cheating. 43, 49, 24 plus 25 is indeed 49. We have 47, 45, and the score keeps increasing. Now notice we're at level 6. And if I remember correctly, we said we get 6 points on level 6. So let's see, let's get a right answer. Yeah, I got 6 points. So it seems like, it seems like it's working nicely. Now let's fail. Let's fail. So I'm gonna mess up. 33 plus 33 is not 76. I have one creature left. Oh no. Is it 64? Is it 61? And notice that the other answers are kind of nearby, so that's confusing. And we also have this answer that ends with 4. Now we really have to give a lot of thought, to the game and how we try to trick the player. Because if the player picks up that the solution is between two numbers that have the last digit, then that's kind of a giveaway. Okay, but we're not focusing on that now, so I'm going to mess up right here. And the creatures are gone, but the game is not over. That's kind of weird. So we need to do something about ending the game. So I'm just trying to mess up forever. And this is the never-ending game. So clearly we still have to deal with what happens when we lose all of our lives and to have a game over. Okay, great. So let's take a break now. Have an amazing day and see you next time.